All right, let's talk about something that secretly impacts your wallet, your loans, and pretty much the entire economy, but often flies under the radar. We're talking about the economy's secret switch, the repo rate.
You know that feeling when it seems like the price of everything is just going up? Ever wonder who's supposed to stop that from going totally crazy?
Well, it's not magic. The hero here, if you will, is the Reserve Bank of India, or the RBI. And they have this incredible tool at their disposal, kind of like a secret switch they can flip to steer the economy.
So what is this switch? It's called the repo rate. And really all it is the interest rate the RBI charges other banks when it lends them money. You can think of it as the master interest rate that pretty much sets the tone for everything else.
Okay, so let's put this into action. Let's look at a real-world scenario. First up, what happens when the economy gets a little too hot?
Just picture this, a super busy market. Everyone's out spending money, demand for everything is sky high. And what happens next? Yep, prices start to creep up. That, in a nutshell, is inflation.
So, what's the RBI's move here? How do they cool things down? Well, they've flipped that switch. First, the RBI increases the repo rate. That means it suddenly costs more for banks to borrow money from the RBI. And guess what? They don't just absorb that cost. Nope, they pass it right on to us. Suddenly, your home loans, your car loans, even your monthly EMIs, they all get more expensive. And what do we do when things get more expensive? We borrow less and we spend less. That slows down demand and poof, prices start to come back down. It's a perfect chain reaction, really.
Okay, so that's how the RBI puts the brakes on a hot economy. But what about the flip side? What happens when things get too cold?
Yeah, now imagine the complete opposite. The market is quiet, businesses are slow, nobody's really spending money, the whole economy just feels stuck, right? Not a good situation.
So how does the RBI get things moving again? You guessed it, they do the exact opposite. They lower the repo rate. Now, money is cheaper for banks to borrow, and they pass those savings on to you and me. Loans become way more affordable. With those lower interest rates, people start thinking, hey, maybe it is a good time to buy that house or get that new car. Spending picks up, and businesses start to hum again.
This is a great summary of the two game plans, right? On one side, if the economy's too hot, the RBI raises rates to cool it down. On the other side, if it's too cold, they lower rates to heat things up. It's this constant push and pull, all in the name of keeping things stable.
And this constant back and forth, this adjusting for hot and cold, it really brings us to the main idea here, the great balancing act.
I love this because it just nails it. The RBI's whole job is to keep a delicate balance, not too high and not too low. It's like walking a tightrope all the time.
And why is that balance so important? Well, think about it. If you raise rates too much, you could slam the brakes on the economy and grind growth to a halt. But if you cut them too much, you could let inflation get out of control all over again. It is a really fine line to walk.
So, when you boil it all down, the repo rate isn't just some boring number for economists to talk about. It is the RBI's #1 tool for that delicate dance between keeping prices stable and making sure the economy keeps growing. It's all about finding that perfect sweet spot.
So there you have it. You're now in on the secret of the economy's master switch. The next time you hear the news talking about the RBI changing the repo rate, you'll know exactly what's going on and why it matters to you. So, the real question is, what are you going to be watching for now?